Previously on Ween Plays Planet Explorers. That said, I would want to use a lot of stone, and I don't have a lot of stone right now. I've got the 9. But maybe I'll spend some time digging around in here and gathering a bunch so that I can make a base one day. And maybe here is the place we do it. I think it would be kind of cool using this place. And they've got a lot of stuff here. I mean, it looks like this is going to be the place from which I could be making vehicles and other really cool things. So maybe we'll stick around here for a while. Hey everybody, welcome back to Planet Explorers. In the background you can see I've started to work on the fort I had talked about last time. I thought I would kind of get started. I've dug a pathway out, you can see over on the right side there, and started to make kind of a couple arches over that. And once you get in there, there's some steps. But basically been digging, gathering materials, and started to put up some of the walls, one of which you can see directly behind me. So yeah, it's been, we're getting underway here. I've gathered up some materials and doing all of that, of course. Part of the reason I wanted to dig out an entryway was that it also allowed me to gather stone and limestone and things like that. So anyway, let me give you the quick tour. Okay, so right off the bat we have the entryway, and I'm just going to zoom on in here. So you can see this is where you will be entering, and I've dug this out. The ground was a little bit higher. I dug it down to where it was flat and kind of narrow, so you could walk into this arch here, pass under this archway. And then we come to the steps, which I've kind of alternated between the wood and the dirt, so you actually get these steps and you know, kind of spread it back instead of it being a ramp. I actually wanted, you know, it's as close as you can get to steps. Now, one of the funny things is that when you dig out the ground beneath plants, they actually float in the air. The plants are just going to sit there and float. So anyway, I could move the stairs forward a little bit and bury those plants. But for now, we'll leave it. It's pretty easy holding Alt down and deleting the blocks you've already put down. So, and of course, building isn't too hard either. So we can deal with that later. But anyway, yeah, you can see this. I passed under this point here, so I've kind of just made a covering here. I got the little bit of wall this way, and if I spin around over here, you can see the wall kind of go over here and bump into the rock, and that's about as far as it goes on this side. Now over here, you can actually see I've kind of built the wall along, connecting between this pillar of stone over to this guy right back in here. Now what I thought I would do is, I did say I wanted to use stone, but I just have so much more dirt that I figured, you know what, I think it's going to be more economical to start the wall with dirt. And what I can do is keep it kind of short like this, and then do some other kind of material along the top of that, you know, raise it up another level or two with stone or something, kind of set it like a trim, maybe even have it stick out towards me this direction at the top, and something you can run along really easily. We'll see. Now right here you can see Adisa here is sitting in the pit I kind of dug out. I was digging last night and leveling this out again, mostly just for material, but who knows, maybe I'll level some more of this out and we'll do something here. I might put down wood flooring here. Cool thing is, if I put wood floor where I'm standing, it should raise up level with the where I've got this over here, kind of at this level. So anyway, that's probably what I'll do. I may dig all of this out, or you know, maybe I just dig most of it out and keep it all level. It depends. I did make an iron shovel, so the digging seems to be going much quicker, so that's cool. But yeah, that's pretty much as far as we've got. I got a couple torches down here. They were helping me light the way last night. I also had a campfire over here, which helped a lot as far as lighting goes. What I realized was that I may actually put a campfire, you know, maybe where I'm standing here, and then leave some kind of slits in the walls that I raise up here, and maybe even do a campfire on the other side, and again do little windows or something there, so that you have this light coming in. It's always on, at least at night it'll be on. So anyway, I'm gonna think about that, gather materials to make a bunch of campfires and kind of bury them behind walls and just pop little holes in the wall to let the light through different areas. I could do the same with the torches, but I don't know if these burn forever. I have no clue. So anyway, something to consider. So last night we were hit with torrential downpouring of rain. And as I hate running around out in the rain, I just thought I would continue digging. So you can see I've leveled out the ground here, in fact along this kind of wall in this direction. This area right here was the kind of circular area I had leveled out before. So basically I just carried that level all the way over to the stairs. So you can see we've just kind of got this spot here facing the NPCs there, and over in this direction we've got this leveled out area. Now I've got a little spot here, and you may be wondering, what is he doing? What's up with that hole in the middle? Well, what I want to do is, we're going to go ahead and do this now. I want to put the campfire in here, which, okay, makes sense, right? You're like, okay, yeah, right, a pit for the fire, gotcha. Well, I'm also going to put floor over this entire level area, including over the campfire. What I thought was I would just pop a couple little holes in the floor and let the light come through from that. So anyway, I don't know how that's going to turn out, but it's easy enough to undo, right? We can kind of fix all this stuff later. It looks terrible, but let's go ahead and let's see, what do we have? How much do we have? We got plenty of limestone. Actually, we have a good amount of stone now too. But what I think we'll do is we'll use limestone, and I've got this plan. I'm going to see how this looks. Basically, I want to grab the limestone, and I want to use it as trim for the floor. And when I say trim, I mean kind of around the edges of where I want my floor to be. So that's okay. And I think I want to use wood for my floor. So let's go ahead and try a row of wood, and let's see what that looks like here. Yeah, I think that'll work out pretty good. And we would go over to, say, here. And let's switch back now, since we think this is looking good. So we'll go there, right? Excellent. And then let's see, how do we do this? We'll go, yeah, I think we'll go like this, kind of square around the corner of this. I do want it up at this level. There we go. Right? Right. So I may have to do dirt underneath in order to carry. Actually, I'm trying to think if I do. I could do one at a time, I suppose, like so. And then what I'll do is I'm going to carry this over this direction, something like that. And I'll have to fill this down here. You know, we'll make steps come up to this, but that'll work in the meantime. And then we want to carry it from, yeah, I'll dig it out of there. Something like that. Yeah. And then we'll connect this over. Sort of ish. Connect it, kind of. Yeah, that doesn't quite look right, but maybe that'll be okay. So let's switch to the wood here, and we'll run it along. We'll see what this looks like here. Something like that. Okay, that works. It's, you know, it's got a little bump over here, but that's okay. Worst case, I can pull that back up and dig down and redo that. So we'll do this. I think you probably get the idea now. Something along these lines, and I would fill in everything in here with wood. One more piece there. Okay, so I want to dig this out too and carry the limestone over. But there you go, you got the gist. I think this is kind of how I want to lay everything out as far as, you know, different rooms go. Just kind of set trim around. I just think it looks kind of slick, right? It looks clean. And then when we get to this, what we'll do, let's see. Let me try this now. Actually, is it just going to fill in, or will it go over it? Okay. I may end up having to fully cover it. In fact, it's probably the best bet. And then just use the Alt to pop holes in the wood. Cool. Something like this. Get that spot. Probably be better if I was in the this mode, flying around. So let's fill this in. I think we're just about there. How much wood do we have? 18 down to 14. So not too bad. Look at that. That looks kind of cool. And then over here it just kind of drops right down and out the passageway that we dug. And of course, up at this level we'll build the wall up, you know, to where it's, you know, 3, 4 tall or whatever. And yeah, we'll go around the whole thing, but there we go. I think what I'm going to do is this dirt that I'm kind of standing on right here, I may replace with wood or maybe do more of the limestone there, but we'll see. It's a pretty good start. So let's go ahead and let's see. The fire was around here somewhere. We'll just go ahead and I'm going to have to pop back into here. And we're just going to drop a hole, say, here. See what that does. So I did just miss it. And that's kind of downside. It's kind of big. It looks like I can walk straight across these, though. I don't know if that's going to be worth it. I was thinking that the holes might end up looking a little bit smaller. But that looks like it may not be the case. Let's do one here. It's not quite directly over it. And here. Yeah, this may not work out very well. I liked the idea, but it's just, I don't think it's going to pan out all that great. Anyway, let's go ahead, and for now what I'm going to do is just fill it back in with wood, and I'll think about it. Let's see if I can't do something else there, but definitely a good start. What I think I may do is continue the walls around, at least a base. Even if it's just one tall, kind of circle the whole area that I will be calling the fortress, and kind of see where we're at. Because then I'll know where I may need to level out some floors. You know, where does floor meet up with wall, things of that nature. So yeah, I think we'll keep at it. Well, I leveled some things out, so I think I'm a bit ready to go, and I've got this monster icon. Ah, he did follow me here. I actually ran back here. I didn't even realize it. And I was looking at this, and then I realized his icon was sitting up there. I thought, what is that doing there? Oh, he followed me back. Can I not loot him? Yes, I will take his things. Okay, where was I? So yeah, we've got this leveled down a bit, and actually the reason he was chasing me was I was out gathering wood. So down here you can see I've got 257 wood. I recalled reading that the big round plants, like the one you see in the distance, those big guys that stick out up there, that you actually can chop those down. So I went out there, and sure enough, those guys come down and give you a lot of wood. I got 77 off of one and 50 something off another, and then a smaller one gave me 44. Plus they gave me a bunch of plant resin, so very nice. So anyway, yeah, let's do this. I've got, like I said, I leveled just kind of some of these points that I'm walking across here down, and I'm not going to lower this a lot further down. I'm going to basically do a tiered kind of setup, and I'll have the floor come down one level or so out this way. Then I'll have it come down one more over here, and just kind of gradually go down. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, we do have the limestone here already, so what I want to do is maybe start with wood down at this level. Let's see what that looks like first. Yeah, I need to back up a little bit. Okay, something like, no, that's going to be too far away. I may actually need to dig this back a bit. Let's go ahead and do that. So I do want to make sure I'm getting right up against this. Looks like, I mean, I could do it, and you can dig after the fact, and it will kind of snap back a bit. But we'll just go ahead and do it now. And let's dig this last little bit right here. Okay, cool. Now, let's try that again. Select the wood. Do it like here. Let's see how this turns out first. And we have to do another one to really see once it's level. I mean, I guess it works. I guess I could do that. Let's take this wood out, and because we do want to continue to do the limestone trim, and hopefully that's enough. Let's see. Yeah, we can see that there. Okay, so basically you would step down one level, and I'll have an area out here. Now what I'll do is I'll kind of trace it with the limestone, the outline. I am going to have a wall here. although it's likely going to come straight out and kind of turn at this angle. Something like that. I can actually use this as the marker, essentially. It's touchy. It's touchy. Right. Yeah, we'll just do that. Oh, rain. That's no good. I can't stand the rain. So something like that, and then we can continue basically this way. It will be off the ground, but I will flesh out the bottom part as well. I don't want it to be floating or anything. So anyway, I think what I'll do is I'll continue this in the rain and come back to you guys when the sun is out. Well, as you can see, I got the floor done, this kind of second tier off of the main one. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. I've kind of lined it up with the other upper tier, and it comes over to this side. You can see I've built up the bottom there, and this will actually act as the wall. Oh, my footprints look bloody, like I walked through a murder scene. But anyway, I'll use the walls basically along this part here and along here. I'll just build them up and let that be the wall, you know, kind of the outer wall of the fort, if you know what I mean, and probably carry that along here as well, straight out as far as you can see, at least to this point, at which point I would cut in and use the pillar here as a kind of a corner piece. So yeah, it's looking good. We're gonna actually, you know what, let's go ahead and put the campfire in here. I think I gathered enough just now. Right now, when I make a campfire and pick it up, I'm not keeping it. It's disappearing. I even watched my inventory and I right-clicked and hit get, and it was just gone. So I didn't even, I mean, maybe I got this charcoal for it? But I know I did it another time, and I don't think I got anything. I'm pretty sure I didn't, and it, you know, completely disappeared. I know torches do that. I wasn't aware that campfires were a problem. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy, just kind of position him down there. So we got this little fire pit, and I think what we'll do is we'll just leave it open. The idea was that I would cover it up and pop some holes in there, but that's just not working out that well, so I think we'll just go with this. And what I may actually do is build up the ground underneath that, kind of raise that up like one more level. I don't want to level with the area I'm walking on because it does some wonky stuff right now. It kind of floats above the ground and in an angle. So those of you who have placed campfires or beds, you definitely know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I kind of like the idea of a fire pit. So we'll clean that up a bit. Maybe even tonight, that's what I'll do, is try to build up the ground. I should have done that already, because if I end up having to pick it up, well, it's going to be gone. But anyway, let's get cracking. It's going to be a long night ahead. Okay, well, morning is upon us, and you'll see I've got a bit of a wall up here, and decided to go limestone. So I know I talked about doing the dirt walls around. You'll even notice that I took out the dirt walls that I had up over here. Those are now gone. And I just figured that what I'm going for is trying to make this fort blend in as best I can with the surroundings. And that's why I'm using the stone columns as kind of various corner pieces here. And because of that, I thought, you know what, I just want to use limestone all around. I don't want to do this partial dirt thing. Even if it means I can't fully complete some of the walls yet, that's fine, we'll get there. So yeah, I think we're going to go around and kind of set up a bit of these walls, at least up in this top area. Now, one thing I am going to do is I'll be running the wall along here. I'm going to turn 90 degrees and head this way. And I think it's going to stop somewhere around here at a, a lower tier. And you'll see that I've actually dug this out. I've leveled this area out. What I'm thinking is that eventually I want to make a vehicle, and this might be a good garage, kind of a place to park the vehicle. Kind of in this area, I'm just kind of circling around. And so I may dig this in a little bit more, but I think we're pretty much there for now. We'll kind of wall it up, and this area here will be a next tier down. Let's see, he's exploring it a bit. But, yeah, let's do this. Let's get some walls going. Get some limestone. Get the camera to wig out a little bit. So, let's see. We want to basically do this hereabouts. Something along these lines. Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll jump in here and Now if I do it along here, I'm going to lose some of that trim, but I don't know if I want to. I guess it's not that big of a deal. Let's actually see what this will look like here. Yeah, you see the wood floor kind of goes up the wall, and I'm not really into that look, so I think we're gonna undo that a bit, and we're gonna end up doing the wall one more out from here, which means that I want to basically take this support stuff out so we can use this again. Get my camera to wig out again. Let's see. Something like this. Okay, that's probably good enough. So we're gonna get the limestone and do this column here, and we're gonna end up carrying the wall this way. Something like this. One more. There you go. And I think I have a spot below this to do. Yeah, maybe not. We'll do the jump into here. Okay, so basically this is what we were looking at here. There we go. Wasn't sure if I could get that up one higher. It is a little goofy, I will admit, with that stone sticking up into the sticking up through the wall, but what can you do? I don't know. It's not terrible. It works. It's functional, right? There you go. It does look a little odd, but that's fine. So anyway, we've got the wall set up here, so we're looking pretty good. I think I'll do one more along here, and we'll call it that for now as far as walls go. And let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Now I'm going to pan out here a bit, take kind of a scrolled back look here. So I think we're looking pretty good. This is going to turn out pretty sweet. One of the things I wanted to do, like I said, was get some windows in here. So let's kind of check that out. I'll continue this wall because that's going to help me establish where I want to get these windows. So basically I want to do kind of two tall, narrow windows. So we're going to end up taking some of this out. I think the center point is actually kind of in front of me. So if I space these a bit, like that, it's alright. If I do that, 3 maybe? That seems to be pretty centered on the wall. That's cool. So let's try to build this up a bit. It's unfortunate you don't have glass in this. That'd be really cool. And maybe that's coming, and it's really not that big a deal, I suppose. Not a big deal at all. It'd be nice to know that things will be kept out. I think that I can actually jump through a spot this big, and so I start to worry about other creatures, yeah, and their ability to get into these. But I suppose if it's an issue, I can close them up later. But what I want to do is have this wall, basically this floored area that I've got here, and in particular these walls along these edges over here. I want them to be pretty tall. I want to have a tall ceiling in here, and in fact this will go up and have a roof and maybe even a floor above it, whereas the rest out here is just going to have a wall and not necessarily a ceiling. I think even this might be outside with no roof at all, no ceiling, and then you'll kind of come into this closed-in structure. So anyway, we're cruising right along. I think we're gonna call it that. I really curse the rain. Curse you, rain. I despise the rain. If they had an option to turn it off, I think I would always turn it off. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's the noise and the visual just kind of gets in the way. I don't know. Something about it. Rain doesn't typically bother me in most games, but in this one I would just rather have the ability to turn it off. But anyway, enough complaining from me. Thanks for watching, everybody. I definitely appreciate it. Next time we're going to pick up where we left off probably and get a number of things finished with the fort, but I also want to get out and do some exploring. We do have a river nearby, and I have yet to see, at least I assume that's a river, I have yet to see what a river looks like, and I'm kind of curious how they did that. So that's what we'll be looking at next time. Thanks again, like I said, for watching. Leave a comment if you got something to say, you want to ask me a question or tell me I did something wrong, that I forgot something. I'm definitely open to seeing those. And if you like the video, give it a like too. I definitely appreciate those kinds of things. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.